จากความสัมพันธ์อันลึกซึ้งแล้ววันนี้ The Diplomat จะขอนำเสนอเรื่องราวประวัติความเป็นมาของบ้านพักเอกอัครราชทูตอังกฤษบนถนนวิทยุซึ่งมีประวัติศาสตร์ย้อนหลังไปในปีคริสตศักราช 1922 เดิมที่ดินผืนนี้เป็นของบิดาของคุณหญิงเลอศักดิ์สมบัติสิริและรัฐบาลอังกฤษได้ซื้อที่ดินครึ่งหนึ่งหรือว่า 28 ไร่เพื่อปลูกสร้างสถานที่พักและที่ทำการสถานทูตแต่เดิมสถานกงสุลอังกฤษตั้งอยู่ที่ทำการไปรษณีย์กลางในปัจจุบันต่อมารัฐบาลอังกฤษได้ริเริ่มก่อสร้างอาคารใหม่ที่ถนนวิทยุสถานกงสุลจึงย้ายมาที่ใหม่ในปีคริสตศักราช 1926 นอกจากนี้ยังได้ย้ายรูปปั้นสมเด็จพระราชินีวิกตอเรียแห่งราชวงศ์อังกฤษซึ่งสร้างขึ้นในปีคริสตศักราช 1903 จากความรักที่ประสบนิกรชาวอังกฤษในสยามมีต่อพระองค์จากสถานที่เดิมมาตั้งไว้ที่ใหม่นี้ด้วยทำเนียบเอกอัครราชทูตแห่งนี้เคยเป็นที่ประทับในคราวที่เหล่าเชื้อพระวงศ์อังกฤษเสด็จเยือนประเทศไทยอาทิพระราชินีอลิซาเบธในปี 1972 เจ้าชายฟิลิปในปี 1968 เจ้าหญิงแอนและเจ้าหญิงอเล็กซานดราภายในทำเนียบแห่งนี้ประกอบด้วยห้องโถงใหญ่ซึ่งประดับประดาไปด้วยข้าวของเครื่องใช้ที่ระลึกจากประเทศไทยและเมื่อเดินทางเข้าไปก็จะพบกับห้องรับประทานอาหารสำหรับรับรองแขกได้ 16-24 ท่านรวมถึงห้องนั่งเล่นที่ตกแต่งด้วยพระบรมฉายาลักษณ์ของสมเด็จพระราชินีอลิซาเบธในปี 1973 เมื่อคราวที่ท่านเสด็จวางศิลาฤกษ์ของอาคารสถานทูตหลังใหม่และถ้าเดินผ่านจากห้องกระจกไปจะพบกับห้องวาดภาพพร้อมกับของตกแต่งจากเอเชียไม่ว่าจะเป็นพระพุทธรูปปั้นจากจีนถ้วยชามเครื่องเคลือบที่ทำให้รู้สึกถึงกลิ่นอายแห่งเอเชียและตะวันตกที่หลอมรวมกันได้เป็นอย่างดี
มาอยู่กันที่นี่เป็นครั้งที่2สำหรับรายการ The Diplomat นะครับเป็นไงครับโอ้โหบ้านของท่านทูตอังกฤษมีประวัติที่น่าสนใจมากครับ
ใช่ค่ะมาทีไรก็ประทับใจนะคะเพราะว่านอกจากอาคารจะสวยงามแล้วเนี่ยดิฉันก็รู้สึกประทับใจทุกครั้งที่ได้มาคุยกับท่านทูตอังกฤษ
แล้ววันนี้นะครับที่เราจะพูดคุยกับท่านทูตอังกฤษเนี่ยผมเชื่อว่าคุณผู้ชมจะต้องชอบนะครับเพราะว่าจะได้เข้าใจถึงคำว่า Great ที่อยู่ติดกับ Great Britain กันว่าทำไมถึงต้อง Great ครับ
ค่ะเดี๋ยวเราจะมาพูดคุยเรื่องราวทั้งหมดนะคะกับท่านทูตมาร์คเคนค่ะ
Well, Ambassador, welcome back on our show. You were the first to be on our show.
Thank you very
much. When
we
started the Diplomat last year.
Yeah. Always a pleasure to be with you guys.
Yeah. So how have you been, Ambassador?
Well, we've been quite busy, actually, especially the last month. We've had a lot of events which are aimed at promoting the relationship between our two countries. We've had, for example, an event called the Taste of Britain, which is still going on, where we promote British food. British food is really very important in terms of our overall economy, and I think quite attractive here in Thailand. So we're now starting to import British beef for the first time in 20 years, and we've got a promotion which you'll find in Tops and in central food markets, where you can get 1,800 British brands of food, different types of food. So that's going on this month. We've also got something called Shopping is Great. Now I learnt the other week a new word in Thai, which is that Thai people are knack shop.
Knack shop.
Shopper. That's what it means.
So shopping is great, as we say in the UK. It's part of our kind of. We like shopping as well,
of course.
And so we have here a promotion where you can go and buy British goods in any one of 297 stores. You spend over 1,500 baht, and you could win a flight back to the UK with British Airways, and you could stay for 3 nights free in a very prestigious hotel in London.
Can we join them?
Yes, we have to be knack shop.
You're going to be knack shop. Yeah, we'll take you to shopping. All right. Give you a chance. So it's another chance to promote our goods and people to see the high quality goods you can get from the UK. So all of this has been going on, and just this evening we're having another event with our Chamber of Commerce, their Life and Style Garden Party, again promoting British way of life. So it's busy.
So I noticed that you use the slogan "Shopping is great, food is great, or anything is great." So you play with the word great.
Yes, now this is a good point, Mickey. This is a global campaign, a global branding campaign for the UK. Of course, our name is Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and so a few years ago somebody said, okay. Great. That should be part of our national brand. It's part of our name, so it should be part of our national brand. So you'll notice this. We say shopping is great, food is great. I wish our football team were great.
I was going to ask, like, what is not great? I planned for that question.
Yes. We want to improve our football team. But otherwise, it's a great way of telling people about what the UK can offer. And you know, we get a lot of Thai people go to the UK either to go there for tourism, for shopping, to study,
or to buy a house.
Or to buy a house, yes. I mean, all of that. We've got a long-standing relationship, so it's always worth reminding people how things change, because I think both Thailand and the UK are quite similar in that we have a blend of the very modern and innovative, but also tradition is very important. So it's how the two come together. And British people like coming to Thailand as well. You know, we've got 1 million people come here every year. So
1 million.
1 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that message was actually reinstated at the exhibition you just had as well.
Yes, that's right. We had an exhibition here at just the Central Embassy talking about we're going to the 5th century of our relationship now. The first contact was in 1612, so 403 years ago, when we had a British ship arrive in Bangkok, and then with a letter from the King of England, and then where the King of Siam replied in 1615, which is 400 years ago, to sort of confirm that we were friendly countries. And we were very honoured that Her Royal Highness Princess Sirintong came to open the exhibition, and we spent a long time going around and talking about the relationship. Because, of course, a very important part of that relationship is the relations between our two royal families. So it was a very it was a great privilege.
It was a bit short period with the exhibition. Any chance of bringing it back? Or?
Well, we might actually. Yes, so we still have it, and we're going to sort of.
It was in your living room, Central Embassy.
It used to be our front garden. Yes, until it became.
You're one lucky ambassador. You live right next to it. That could be your drawing room or living room or shop.
So yes, I mean we will look to do that possibly in other places in Thailand as well. We've got to see how we will take that forward.
So what should we look forward to, Ambassador, for the year 2015? Now that we are already in the month of March, and then many things already are happening, and in terms of bilateral relations.
Well, we've had that these events in March. We're going to have some events in London, which our Thai colleagues from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs are organising. There's going to be a cone performance. We're going to be having some Thai music events there in London. That's going to be more for the Thai embassy. We're going to be celebrating Her Majesty's birthday here in June. Look forward to that. This year marks 800 years of the Magna Carta, which was the first document, really the foundation of democracy in the UK. So we'll be celebrating that here in Thailand to talk about the history of democracy in the UK. And this year is also the anniversary of the death of Shakespeare. So we'll be having events to commemorate Shakespeare over the course of the year. So it's going to be culturally quite a busy time.
That should be a play, and you should be in it, Ambassador. Are you good at performing?
I did when I was at school, Kunbari, but I think I've forgotten the lines now.
Actually, you can play Romeo and Juliet.
So apart from that, how's life treating you in Thailand, Ambassador? You have many extracurricular,
you never
activities.
I never have a boring time here. It's a fantastic posting, Kunbari, and it's one of the most sought after posting in our diplomatic service. So whenever I go back to London, everyone says, "Well, so when are you due to move?" And
we have a way to prove that you're happy. Let's check some of your Thai language.
We can switch the language now.
let's swap for a moment. You want to say something in Thai?
Yeah, why not? What would you like me to say?
We're waiting.
Okay.
Anything.
ผมขอบคุณวิคิอะไรคุณบารินที่มาก็ร่วมมือกับพวกเราเป็นตลอดนะครับเป็นผู้สื่อข่าวที่เก่งมากและก็ผมภูมิใจที่เราร่วมมือกันก็มานานแล้วนะครับขอบคุณมากนะครับ
Subtitle for English audience, please.
I was just being nice to
Buttering. We were buttered by.
I was being diplomatic. No, but we do appreciate the fact that you work so hard, both of you, with the whole of the diplomatic community to ensure there's a greater understanding between the international community and our Thai friends here. It's a lot of hard work, I know, and I see you with a lot of my colleagues, and they all speak very highly of you. So I think you do a great job.
Appreciate that, Ambassador.
Thank you so
Appreciate that.
much.
So, what's new in England apart from shopping or food and all the latest gossips that we should be aware of? That we should be aware of.
I'm not sure I'm so good on the gossip, but we always have a lot of innovative things which are happening on fashion, design, so watch all of that. On the political side, we're going to be having elections in the month of May, so we'll be having a new government, and I'm sure there will be whoever wins, there will be changes coming forth out of that. Generally on the economy, our economy is picking up. It's actually one of the fastest growing in the G20 now, which is good news because we, like everybody else, have had a period of austerity, and that's probably going to continue. So generally, I think there's a feeling of optimism in the UK. It's a good place to go and visit, a good place to go and invest, and we're really pushing that.
What about the relationship with the European Union?
Well, that's going to be a question which will be debated, I think, in the election campaign as well. Obviously, we are part of Europe; that's our geographical position. But the exact relationship with the European Union is something that's going to be on the table for discussion. I think that all the political parties will be setting out what their vision is, and then it'll be for the people to decide. But for the moment, we're very much a part of the European Union.
What would be the UK's 2 cents on what's happening within the European economy?
Well, I mean, we're not a member of the euro.
Eurozone,
we have the pound, our own currency, but we very much want the eurozone to succeed because obviously it's a big market for us in Europe, and it's important that the eurozone succeeds, not only economically but also politically. So we're not part of it, but we wish it well.
And about investment from Thailand, are you still looking for investments from
Absolutely, and we're seeing more of that. As you know, we have some very important companies here in Thailand, and as they expand their horizons, absolutely rightly, because it's a global economy, they look to the UK, and various reasons for that, because we're one of the most open economies in the world. We're very business friendly. It's very easy to set up a business and operation in the UK, and we have other advantages like the language, for example. People can come and they don't have to work out a new language. Most Thai companies are very at ease in operating in English. So that's part of my job, to promote more Thai investment into the UK.
We saw lots of cooperation in education as well. We have lots of scholarships, and we also have
We've tripled the number of government scholarships this year, as I think we mentioned on your radio show a few weeks ago. So that's good news, and I think Thai students are in the top 10 nationalities in the UK. So it's something that's really, it's really very close relationship, and we want to continue that because I think it's important for the UK, it's important for Thailand. And going to the UK to study is not just about the academic, it's about getting a cultural understanding. And in the modern world, certainly with my children, I've done the same thing. I think it's important they feel at ease in various cultures. So for Thai children to go feel at ease in Thailand, feel at ease in the UK, that gives them a huge advantage later on in life.
And are you happy with the pace of our democracy development, or are we doing okay with the roadmap and everything? What's your observation
I'm
as an outsider?
I'm not the judge on that, Kunvarin. I will, we will provide support if that's appropriate, and then if that's desired. It will be very good when Thailand returns to the fully fledged democratic fold. But we're friends, and we're wishing you well in these endeavours.
There were lots of explosions and stuff which shouldn't be happening in the city. But what's your
any travel warning for the British people?
What we want to do is see a prosperous and peaceful Thailand, and I think that in any society what you have to do is have an inclusive debate about the future of the society. So what's important is you don't have people doing violent things on the one hand, you don't have a complete suppression of any debate on the other. What we have to move to is a situation where we're all talking with each other and exchanging opinions and respecting differences, because obviously in any society there's a lot of difference. We have people in the UK who have lots of different opinions, different backgrounds, but the important thing is to listen and respect and be tolerant. And I think that's a message for any society, for the UK, for the European Union, here in Thailand as well. We can be different, but we can still be friends, we can still respect each other.
What would be the right components or the elements for us to have that kind of setting for a healthy debate from all sides?
Well, I think part of it is saying, look, we all want the country to succeed, okay? So we have our national interest, and on the basis of that, what is it that you need for a country to succeed? So let's take it back to the basics of where can we start off from that we can all agree? So one thing might be, for example, talk about education. The future, long-term future of any society is based on education. So how do we improve the education system? How do we ensure that the people who are coming out of the universities and the schools and the colleges have the skills which are necessary for a high-tech, developed economy? That could be a starting base. So look for commonalities, look for points of commonality. So I've, in my career, done a lot of negotiations, and that I sit down with somebody, and they may look completely different from you, but until you talk to them and find out what they think, what their interests are, you don't know what your points of commonality are. And I guarantee that any person you sit down with, you will find a point of commonality, whether it's football, whether it's the fact that you like pets, whether it's the fact that you like singing, or whatever. There's always a point of commonality, and that's important in building harmony, that you talk with people and look for cooperation going forward, because everybody in Thai society, I'm sure, wants Thai society to succeed. Nobody goes out and says, I want this country to fail, in any country. So it's just about encouraging people to work together.
And year 2015 is also the AEC year for us as well. And you've been living in other ASEAN countries as well. And now that we're here, 2015, and it's an ongoing process, but how do you see us in AEC, Thailand, Ambassador?
I think a very important part of AEC, second biggest economy, and a very open country. So in the AEC, in ASEAN, just as in the EU, the important thing is to look to cooperate together, but not to close yourself off from the rest of the world, to be very open. So Thailand, I think, has got an important role to play in that.
All right.
Okay. So you're throwing a party tonight, Ambassador?
That's right, with our Chamber of Commerce. It's British life and style party.
Wow.
And you see we've got a lot of British products here.
Yes.
And we've got a bus.
Yes,
double-decker.
A double-decker bus. Now I haven't been on the top deck, but we've been on the bottom.
I missed the double-deck bus so much.
Oh, you should go back to London.
Yes.
Go and do some shopping, and you could win the trip back to London and go on a double-decker bus.
Bring one to Bangkok as well, so we can be sweaty.
Oh, we should do that
on the
actually.
bus. Yeah.
We should have an ASEAN tour of our double-decker bus.
ASEAN tour,
So when we think about England, Great Britain, we think of the bus, the telephone
Fish and chips?
booth.
Fish and chips.
Fish and
Curry.
chips.
Yeah.
Cat.
Yeah.
And what
Since when
else?
curry become your national
Well,
food
it's our
ambassador?
national dish. Our
You
most
stole
popular
it from
dish is
us.
chicken tikka masala.
You stole it from India.
You know what? It shows the variety of,
Yes.
of food and culture we have in the UK.
Yeah.
So you go to London
Yeah.
and you can have all sorts of food. You can
Yeah.
have fish and chips if you like, but you can have Thai food. You
Take
can have
green
Indian
curry
food,
as well.
Green curry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
We're getting more and more Thai restaurants in the UK and Thai companies starting up restaurant chains in the UK because British people come to Thailand, they have a great time, love the food, go back to the UK and say, I want to have Thai food.
Yeah.
So it's really quite a boom, a two-way boom.
We
Yeah.
love fish and chips too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay,
me
well,
too.
let's
Let's
come
place
back
a-
tonight and I'm sure we're going to have some fish and chips.
I have my special menu, Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, Yorkshire pudding, of course, because you were in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Right, yeah.
Diplomat เทปนี้ขอนำเสนอเรื่องราวของความสัมพันธ์ระหว่างสองประเทศสหราชอาณาจักรและประเทศไทยซึ่งเป็นเวลานานกว่า 4 ศตวรรษที่ความสัมพันธ์ไทยอังกฤษได้ดำเนินมาอย่างยาวนานบนพื้นฐานของมิตรภาพระหว่างประชาชนทั้งสองประเทศการค้าการลงทุนระหว่างกันและมุมมองค่านิยมที่สอดคล้องกันในโอกาสนี้สถานทูตอังกฤษจึงได้จัดนิทรรศการเพื่อเฉลิมฉลองความสัมพันธ์ของทั้งสองประเทศที่ก้าวเข้ามาสู่ศตวรรษที่ 5 ทางรายการจึงได้รวบรวมเรื่องราวในหลายๆด้านของงานนี้ที่โดดเด่นและแสดงถึงความแน่นแฟ้นของทั้งสองประเทศโดยในงานนี้แบ่งออกเป็น 5 ส่วนด้วยกันบอกเล่าเรื่องราวของความสัมพันธ์ในด้านต่างๆเช่นการเฉลิมฉลองความสัมพันธ์ระหว่างสองราชวงศ์บทบาทสำคัญในประวัติศาสตร์ที่เชื่อมโยงระหว่างสองประเทศความสัมพันธ์ด้านการค้าและการลงทุนระหว่างผู้ประกอบการของไทยและอังกฤษความร่วมมือทางการศึกษาและวิทยาศาสตร์และความนิยมในวัฒนธรรมและประเพณีของกันและกันความชื่นชอบวัฒนธรรมหลายๆอย่างเหมือนกันเห็นชัดที่สุดก็คือกีฬาฟุตบอลพรีเมียร์ลีกทุกสุดสัปดาห์ผู้ชมกว่า 4,500 ล้านคนทั่วโลกต่างรวมตัวกันเฝ้าชมทีมโปรดลงดวลแข่งดุเดือดในสนามและแฟนบอลชาวไทยก็เป็นกลุ่มแฟนที่เหนียวแน่นที่สุดกลุ่มหนึ่งขณะนี้ความรักในกีฬาฟุตบอลของชาวไทยได้ขยายไปสู่การเป็นเจ้าของสโมสรฟุตบอลอาทิเลสเตอร์ซิตี้รวมถึงการเป็นสปอนเซอร์ให้กับสโมสรอย่างเอเวอร์ตันเชลซีและแมนเชสเตอร์ยูไนเต็ดนอกจากการแลกเปลี่ยนสินค้าและวัฒนธรรมแล้วไทยและอังกฤษยังได้แลกเปลี่ยนความคิดกันอย่างเสรีผ่านการศึกษาไทยติด1 ใน 10ของประเทศที่มีนักเรียนอยู่ในสหราชอาณาจักรมากที่สุดแต่ละปีมีเยาวชนไทยกว่า 8,000 คนเข้าศึกษาในมหาวิทยาลัยและโรงเรียนชั้นนำในสหราชอาณาจักรเพื่อสร้างอนาคตในการทำงานต่อไปและเนื่องในโอกาสครบรอบความสัมพันธ์อันยาวนานเข้าสู่ศตวรรษที่ 5 ทางประเทศอังกฤษได้ร่วมเฉลิมฉลองความสัมพันธ์ระหว่าง2ประเทศนำโดยทูตฝ่ายทหารและกองทหารเสือมาร่วมงานโปรโมทการท่องเที่ยวประเทศอังกฤษโดยร่วมแสดงการตีกลองซึ่งเป็นเอกลักษณ์เฉพาะเหล่าทหารเสือจะเดินสวนสนามตีกลองไปตามหน้าร้านค้าแบรนด์สัญชาติอังกฤษอาทิฟิตฟลอปอิลัสมาการ์บูสท็อปช็อปและสุดท้ายก็จะไปจบที่งานแสดงทหารสัญชาติอังกฤษที่ตกแต่งอย่างสวยงามณศูนย์การค้าเซ็นทรัลแอมบาซี
We're from the 3rd Battalion Princess of Wales's Royal Regiment, which is based in the southeast of England. It's one of the biggest infantry regiments and the most highly decorated regiment in the British Army. We've come over as our corps of drums to support the Britain is Great campaign and the shopping campaign, what's going on here. One of our primary jobs we did was for your Crown Princess, which was a very great honour, which was very nice to do indeed, and we enjoyed that. And then we've done various jobs and different bits and pieces throughout. It's all our first time in Thailand, and we've all enjoyed it very much. It's been nice to see the sights of Thailand and meet the Thai people who have been very kind to us and they're very, very friendly. It's been a very, very good trip.
Another great.
Great.
Another great.
Even water is great.
Even.
So how special it is?
Yeah.
It's very special. It comes from quite a famous place in the UK, which also gives its name to something else which is quite famous. But,
Whiskey, I guess.
Well, it could be.
It could be. Speyside blend of it. Yeah. So it's mineral water.
That's right.
Yeah. And it's good with some particular whiskey brand as well, right? It has to be.
There might well be.
Might well be. Well, we're having water, we're having tea, but our audience will be having water, right? I mean, this is what we're giving them.
That's right.
As a gift from the ambassador.
That's right. That's one of it's a very special, very special brand.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Are they going to sponsor us for our TV show?
We have to speak to them.
เอาละครับคำถามนะครับถามคุณผู้ชมท่านทูตมีน้ำแร่นะครับมอบให้กับคุณผู้ชมนะครับถามว่า Speyside Blend เนี่ยนะครับมาจากที่ไหนของอังกฤษนะฮะ
เมื่อกี้ท่านทูตก็ใบ้ให้นิดนึงนะนะคะมาจากที่พิเศษมากเลย
พิเศษมากเลยนะครับมาจากส่วนไหนของ Great Britain ครับ
ค่ะก็ส่งคำตอบนะคะมาได้ที่ www.facebook.com/thediplomat Spring News ค่ะผู้โชคดีก็จะได้นี่เลยนะคะน้ำแร่ที่มาจากพื้นที่ที่สวยด้วย
นั่นขวดนั้นไม่ sparkling นะ
ไม่ sparkling อันนี้เป็นแบบน้ำธรรมดานะคะนอกจากจะได้น้ำแร่ไปแล้วนะคะยังมีหนังสือด้วย The notebook, right?
Everything is great.
What is not great about Great Britain?
Sport is great. The weather's not all.
The weather, yes.
Shopping is great.
Yeah. And knowledge, that's important. That's important.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're about to indulge on your Union Jack, Ambassador.
On our Union Jack sandwiches, which I hope would also be great.
Every time we come here, we must have high tea.
You must have high tea as part of our offer.
Yeah. So, what are we looking at?
Well, we've got a sponge cake. We've got some fruit cake, and of course we've got sandwiches and cheese sandwiches. I'm looking at the cheese sandwiches and cucumber sandwiches.
Cucumber sandwiches,
all wrapped up in a Union Jack.
Yeah. All right.
And
are we allowed to say bon appetit for the high tea?
Well,
not really,
I guess Mickey. Anyway, ladies first, so please.
All right.
What would you like?
Okay.
Thank you.
Vegetable. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're pouring your...
It looks so lovely.
Yeah. All right.
It's a great excuse to have tea, to have you around for tea, so
I should come and interview you every week.
Yes, please do.
Normally, what time you have high tea for the British people?
Normally it's in the afternoon.
In the afternoon.
Yeah. What's high in high tea? ISO or high definition or HD or
high cholesterol, clotted cream and scones.
What's I like clotted cream.
It's a tradition. It's a tradition which has been there for some time. So it's the fact it's the ceremony as much as anything else levels, which is high. So you sort of stop for tea. You stop and you have your sandwiches, your cakes, and it's like another meal.
So it's more of a ceremonial than being high society.
Yeah.
And then you spend hours together, chit and chat,
Exactly,
having
exactly.
tea. And
Hours, I would say, not hour.
And Thai people like that as well, just like British people. You stop, you have
many hours,
you have some tea, you have a chat, you have a bit of a gossip. And it's a nice way of meeting people and catching up.
That's why we have so many tea room opening here, like Harrods, right?
That's right.
And the tea room by Thai people too. Even the weather is very hot.
Iced tea.
Yeah,
Iced tea, yes, not high tea, but iced tea.
Yeah, mix and match.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Ambassador, thank you so much for hosting us.
It's always a pleasure to see you both.
Yeah, look forward to seeing you again.
Yes.
It's a weekly show, so anytime.
Next week.
Yeah. Fish and chips. Okay. Curry. สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ